Our next guest has shown off his culinary skills on a number of popular cooking shows, including Top Chef Masters, Around the World in 80 Plates, and NBC's The Next Great American Restaurant. We're thrilled to have celebrity chef Curtis Stone in the kitchen today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are you making today? I hear it's some sort of comfort food.
Well, look, it's so, miserable outside right now. I thought what we should do is a beautiful warm-in soup. So this is one of my granny's old recipes, actually. It's a chowder. So you start off with a hot pan. I'm going to get some bacon in there. I've got all sorts of goodies. So bacon, potato, a little bit of corn, some celery. And we make this delicious sort of creamy soup. It's so tasty.
And as we all know, things are better with bacon, right?
Everything's better with bacon. It's one of those kind of chowders or soups that you can literally go through your fridge and you think, okay, I've got a little bit of zucchini in there, I've got a carrot in there. You can put any sorts of vegetables you want into a chowder, which is what's so special about them. But perfect for when the weather's a little bit grey and gloomy like it is today.
Now, what's the prep time for this? You got your ingredients out, so it looks like once you get it going.
So once you get it going, it actually doesn't take too long. It's about 20 minutes start to finish, which isn't too bad for a soup. You put your bacon in. Your kitchen fills with this delicious aroma, so we've already can smell the bacon. And then I've got some onion. You wait for that sort of fat to start to render from the bacon. If it's not a fatty bacon, you could use a little olive oil. You put your onions in, and then you sweat those down for a minute or two. And then, like I said, it's whatever sort of veggies you have kicking around in the fridge will work. So whatever's in season and good. Or your family's favourites, of course. Once you get that onion in and you sweat that for a minute or two, I'm just going to turn that up a touch. I've got some garlic, full of vitamin C, so also really good for this type of time of year to stop you from getting sick when the weather is fluctuating a little bit. You get that in. The thing I love about this soup is you do the entire thing in one pot. So at the end of dinner, there's only one thing to clean up, which is very, very important.
You got that from Grandma Stone as well, right?
I sure did. That's exactly how she used to do it. Okay, so you go ahead and you cook the onions. You know what I've done? I forgot to put the second zone on my hot plate, so I'm cooking
No worries.
I was thinking this is so slow.
We got this.
Okay, so we've got the garlic and the onion working. You let it sweat for a minute or two, and then I've got some celery, which can go in just a second. But before you do that, you put in your spice.
Yeah, a little cayenne pepper. What's the story on that?
Well,
give it some zing?
Yeah, absolutely. Cayenne pepper gives a really nice spice, but it's a slightly different spice than you get from using black pepper, which I use at the end, but the cayenne pepper gives it a real bite. A little bit of salt. I put the salt in early on, so you start to draw some of those flavours out. You give that a good old stir. I'm not hearing much sizzle going on. I don't know what's happened here. But we're cooking on a pan that's not as hot as I would like.
That's why we can't have nice things, people.
Get there.
We got this. We got it.
So you keep on stirring that, and then you start to add your celery.
Okay.
So that goes in, and like I said, you could put leeks or all sorts of different things. Your flour goes in next. Now, your flour is actually to thicken up the soup, so that's going to get quite sticky, and then we're going to put our chicken broth in, which is going to let it all out. So you go ahead and give that a good stir. Do you do much cooking at home?
I do, I really do, and I do make a lot of soup, so this will come in handy. I'll hopefully make Grandma Stone proud.
You will make Grandma Stone proud. She's a good cook, my granny.
And I'm a good Iowa boy, so corn goes in everything.
Exactly.
So there you go.
So you'll see how this starts to get quite sticky now, right? From the flour. That's exactly what you want to happen. You cook that out for another minute or two, and it'll get stickier and stickier. And then as that starts to happen, you pick up your chicken broth, and then you add that whilst you stir it, and then this will release some of that gluten from the flour, which will actually start to thicken your soup.
Well, a little bit later, we're going to finish this dish a little bit later with Michelle, so we got a good start on it right now. So a little bit later, Curtis is coming back in our kitchen to finish up, to put the finishing touches on this amazing dish and to talk about his new book, What's for Dinner. So, but up next, we're going to tackle a